Work Seeker here. You're all welcome to my YouTube channel, the first video ever that I'm uploading. Okay, so please make an effort, make a conscious effort to share the videos across all social media platforms, that you can actually know that people are waiting for this message, because it is not just for you, it's for everyone else. So please do an effort to share and then to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Okay, this is just the first of many to come. Okay, and then today we are going to start everything from the beginning. Okay, I'm going to be starting things, picking a page of the Bible where everything began, so that I'll also begin from there and then shred the truth down into subatomic levels or into smaller little pieces, so that you also be able to make sense out of the information. Okay, so let's start from the beginning, okay, which is in John 1:1. Okay, which is in John 1:1. In John 1:1, in the Bible, it says that in the beginning was the Word. Okay, so I want to shred everything down into pieces, just like the way I said, no, because in YouTube we have enough time, okay, so that you get a complete understanding of it. So in the beginning was the Word, okay, and the Word was with God. And the Word was God. Okay, so I'm going to be explaining these three things, okay, in the entirety of existence itself. Okay, first let's start with the Word. What is the Word? Okay, everything that is a word is frequency. That was the beginning of creation. From the beginning of creation is ones and then zeros. Okay, I explained this severally in my in most of the videos that I do. Okay, from the darkness came light, which was one, a reflection of John 1:1 itself. Okay, so in the beginning came the Word. The Word is a representation of frequency. Okay, in the beginning was the Word, and the Word is frequency. Okay, from 0 came what? 9. Okay, that is what frequency represents. From 0 came 9, and this is what 9 actually looks like. Okay, nine looks like a spiral. Okay, but if you are grouping it in your daily life, then it becomes something like this. Okay, all right, so in the beginning was the Word, which is the signification of what frequency is. Everything in this entirety of existence exists in a particular frequency, be it hate, be it love, be it anger, be it jealousy, be it pride. Everything that exists, that you can make out of, exists at a particular frequency. Okay, and the Word was with God. Now there comes the additional creation. Okay, in the beginning was the original frequency, okay, which was the 3. Okay, we'll go along. I will explain the 3. I told you that in the beginning came the 3 goddesses. The 3 goddesses is the beginning of frequency itself, and each of them is represented by the fire, the water, and then the earth element. Okay, from these three goddesses, came, each of them took it out a single piece of their rib. Okay, each of them, the 3. Okay, when the 3 takes their ribs apart, 1 rib equals to 4. Okay, another rib equals to 4, and another rib equals to 4. Okay, so 4 plus 4 plus 4 will give you what? Will give you 12. 12 is the same thing as what? 3. Okay, so that was the beginning. All right, so let me just break something down here to make it very clear before I actually go back to explaining the continuation of what we've started. Okay, so when you look at what density is, okay, I'm coming. All right, let's do this thing in a way that it will make much more sense to you. Okay. So density is equals to mass over volume, right? Are you getting me? The letter D, when you count A, B, C, D, you will get 4. Okay? And the letter M, when you count it, you will get to the 13th letter, which is 1 plus 3, which equals to 4. And then when you come to V, V is the 22nd letter of the alphabet, which equals to 4. So we are right back where we started. Do you understand? Each of the goddesses is a representation of what density is. Do you understand? Okay, so let's go back to the thing. I don't want to just rush this thing ahead and then make you more confused. So density is actually your condensation, okay, from a light body, which is 1 and then 0. After that came the frequency. You condense from 3, your original copy self, okay, into what? Matter, which is what density is. Okay, so let's go back. The word was with God. Okay, that was the beginning of vibration, the creation of your soul. Okay, vibration is vibrating at a frequency of 8, because 8 represents the duality of your soul. You can either be at a higher vibration or you can be at a lower vibration, but everything exists at a particular frequency. Is that making sense? Okay, so if your vibration is at 3, and then whatever it is that you are seeking is at a vibration of 7, okay, you need to elevate your vibration, you need to grow your vibration, you need to shake off, okay, the extra weight of your mass. That is why I usually recommend fasting. When you fast, the weight of your mass begins to shake. And once they begin to shake, then you begin to lose weight. And once you begin to lose weight, then you are vibrating higher. Okay? So to a point where your vibration from 3 will grow to 7. And you will automatically attract whatever it is that you are seeking out. Do you understand? So when it comes to the vibrational center, that is the creation of your soul. Okay? The duality of your soul. Okay? These people are disturbing. These people are very disturbing. So let's continue. So it's the beginning of the vibration, is the creation of the soul. And the word was God. Now that is where you have manifested into the physical flesh, which is the body. Okay? The body manifestation is B. B is 2. Okay? 2 plus 6 will give you what? 8. Okay? 8 plus 4 will give you what? 12, which is 3. 3 plus, this is the 26th letter. So 3 plus 6 will give you what? You are back to be 9. Okay? That is a representation of the body. So you started from the highest frequency, which is 9, and then you descended to this frequency. You started producing vibration, and then you descended down again into the physical body, which is 9. 9 is supposed to be the original experience of your 5th, okay, dimension. Okay? 9 was supposed to be the vibrational frequency of your 5th dimensional experience. You are a star. Okay, let me just put that across when I'm talking about 5th dimension. When you look at the way a star is designed, okay, it's like this. Okay, this is what a star looks like, and this is exactly what 5 looks like, and this is exactly what energy is. Okay, when you break down energy, you will get 5. It's the letter E. Okay? The letter E also happens to be the same letter as the letter 3. Okay? The letter 3 also happens to be the same letter as the letter M. The letter M also happens to be the same letter as letter W. So do you understand? Okay, this is you. You are a star. And when we bring it to the Muslim doctrine, okay, it's A, and then L, which is a representation of the leg. This is the arm. And then another leg, which is L, and another hand, which is the A, and the creation of everything, which is the head. You understand? That is what Allah means. Okay? That is what Allah means. You are the original creation of everything. Everything started with you from the head, which is the H. The H is the representation of the heavens. Okay? So let me explain the H, the head, why the head is the representation of the heavens, and then how the creation of your body came into being. We are going back to start this thing at a cellular level. Okay? So in the beginning, okay, you started from the division of one singular cell, okay, like this, okay, and as your cells begin, they begin to do what? Vibrate. You understand? That was one. You begin to vibrate, or when you begin to produce out certain kind of frequency, then your cells would divide. It is not by accident, okay? Your cells begin to vibrate like this because it is the word. The word is frequency, and every frequency vibrates. So when you begin to vibrate, you become two. Okay? Your cells have then divided themselves into two forms. Do you understand? These two forms is a representation of your eyes. Those are your eyes. Okay? And then from that representation or vibration, it begins to divide itself into four forms, which is the representation of your what? Your mouth. Okay, your throat chakra, from your nose to your mouth to your throat, is what divides next. Okay? So you the original cell, you are the one in the middle. Okay, so let me put it in a more plainly form. Okay, so you are like this in the middle. Okay, and then you begin to vibrate, and then you begin sending out frequencies to the top. Okay, and then you begin sending frequencies to the down, and then you begin to send frequencies to the sides. And then you begin to the other side too. Okay? So this is you. Do you understand? This is the original copy of your being, which is known as the pineal gland. The black stone of the body, this is it. Okay? So in explaining this as your eye, okay? In explaining this as your eye, okay, this is what it means. All right, so when you look at the way your eyes are designed, okay, they came from the forming of the original frequency of your pineal gland. Okay, so in a real sense, this is how your eyes are formed. Okay, and then it stays to this place, which is the representation of your pineal gland. Okay, so when you look at the way your eyes are, okay, this is how it is formed. This that you see is the firmament. Okay, I'm going to come down into smaller details. Okay, so this is the firmament. Okay, and this is the vibration of the first frequency, which is the representation of your pineal gland, the 9. Okay, So when you begin to vibrate up like this is the radius of your eye. Okay? And your eye is divided into 3 levels like this. Okay? The first one being the representation of a pineal gland, which I explained here. The second one being the cortexes or the universes that exist within your very being. The threads, which is a representation of this. The frequencies. Okay? And the third one represents the cover in which you exist in this world, like water and the oceans. Because when they tell you that the oceans is a reflection of the within from the outside, like the earth above, so below, okay? The 8. This is how your eye looks like. Okay? When you originally draw your eye, it looks exactly like that. It looks exactly like this, and then there's something like that. Okay? So that actually your eye is actually telling you the depiction of the 3 worlds that exist. So everything is reflected of your pineal gland. That is how you are able to see. And that is just the first thing. Okay? Let me come back to the eye again. So if you have an eye that is on top like this, okay, and then there's an eye beneath you like this. Look at these eyes. There are 2 of them, right? One on this side and one on the other side. Okay, so there's another eye down below you. Okay, now you have 2, and then in the middle of them exists your pineal gland. Okay, the first vibration goes like this, and then the other one also goes the other way. Do you understand? Okay, so when you rule a line from this place, okay, a line from this place, you will get something like this. Okay, I will explain this. And then vibrations begins to form. It's like bouncing. When you say something out, it bounces onto the other thing and then it comes back. Like the way I told you that whatever frequency that you want to attract, it already exists. All you need to do is match your vibration. So this, it will begin to bounce around. Okay, this bouncing around is the lenses of your eyes, like this, and then the black hole of your eyes in the middle, and then you can actually see the threads that are like this, that are taken like this, like that, like this, like that. This is how your eye looks like when you are looking at somebody directly. Okay, this all connects you to an entire multiverse of your soul's existence. So when they are telling you that the eyes are the way to the solar, they are not joking. That is the true fact of it. Okay? From the top here, okay? From the eye top here, this is the eye. Okay? From the top here, you can see that the sun is outside the dome. Okay? This is a representation of the sun. The sun is outside the dome. The black sun is in between here and then the down there, which is a representation of the underworld. Okay? This is the black sun and this is the sun that you are seeing currently. Okay? So when you put this one and then this one together, you will get something like this. Okay, which is a star. And then the moon. This is a representation of the Islamic, okay, cycle. And that is just not the beginning of it. I don't want to delve deep into it. I'm just tapping things so that the understanding will be much easier on you. Okay? So let's go back to the original thing. Okay? This is the representation of the beneath. Okay? This one. That is the moon that is here. And this one top here is a representation of the sun. So whatever that is separating the earth from the heavens is your pineal gland, which is in the middle. Your pineal gland is what is taking the light, okay? It is sucking the light of this place. The original sun, or the sun that you see every day, it is taking the light from this place and then it is penetrating it to the dark here, which is your pineal gland. And then it will project that one out with these things, you know. Okay? With the help of all the frequencies that is connected to the multiverse that exists, you know, it is taking information from these places, you know, and then it is interpreting it back to you. Do you understand? Okay, let me go a little bit slower. Okay? Let's go back to the eye. Okay? You were created in the middle, and then frequency out, and then the frequency top. The frequency top here is a representation of your crown chakra. Okay? It's your crown chakra. And then from your crown chakra, you come down, and then you get the throat chakra. Okay? So from crown to throat, okay? From crown to throat exists 3 chakras. Okay, one in the middle that is separating the heavens from the earth. So when you rule from here to here, what do you get? You get one single triangle. And from that place, you know, if you rule down to the throat chakra again, you get another triangle. Okay, so when this is the only thing that is separating the triangles from being one. Okay, and when you join 1 and 2 together, then you actually get the duality of the divine feminine and then the divine masculine, with the point there, you know, being in the middle of them all. Do you understand? So your head, okay, let me bring head down. Head. Okay, H is 8. Okay, 8 plus 5. Okay, 5 plus 1. 1 plus 4. Okay, so when you add 8 plus 5, what do you get? Okay, you get 13, right? Yeah, you get 13, and then 1 plus 3 will give you 4. 4 plus 1 will give you what? 5, right? 5 plus 4 will give you what? 9. We are back to the original frequency. We are back to the original resonance of the beginning. Okay? In the beginning was the word. We are back to the word, which is 9. So your head is the representation of the heavens and then the earth. Okay? Only your head is a representation of the heavens and then the earth. So from your brain, when you look at how your eye is in this place, okay? Let's divide it in a more simpler form, okay? This is a circle of your eye. 1, 2, which is 4, right? The representation of you in the middle here, this way and then that way that I explained. When you divide it again, this way, that way. Okay, now you have how many? Now you have 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now you have 8. Okay, with 1 in the middle, making it 9. Okay, are you getting what I'm saying? Okay. So from 9, when you begin to break it down into smaller bits, you will get 1, 2, and then 3. This one being 3, this one being 3, another one being 3, which all equals to what? 9. And if you are making it in a form of a carbon, because this is exactly the depiction of carbon, everything that exists inside of this world, okay, that is taking life energy from the sun. The sun is the beginning frequency, which represents hydrogen. Hydrogen is what? The first element, which also happens to be 8. Okay? Hydrogen is the first frequency, which also happens to be the number 8, because H itself is 8. I told you last time, okay? H, okay, is the same thing as 8. When you remove here, and then you remove down there, then you get an H. H is also the same thing as an X, okay, which I just explained here. Do you understand? It's an X here and there, and then a plus is the same thing. Do you understand? This thing, I don't want to move it fast, okay? I want to move this thing as slowly as I can so that you can get the grasp of it, okay? So when you look at this, okay, you people have, what do you people call it? Yeah, you call it the 12 zodiac signs, okay? These 12 zodiac signs, you know, oh, my body is full. This 12 zodiac sign, okay, is a representation of the 12 cranial nerves of your brain. I'm going to start from the beginning again, okay? Starting from your pineal gland again, okay? I told you your pineal gland is what creates everything. I'll come and talk about your ears. I'm just coming, okay? So from here, it will begin to vibrate again. Okay? It has vibrated into another 4 weeks. So let me clean and then make it much more clearly, okay? So to continue and then make it much more vivid, okay? Let's start from the pineal gland again. And this time I'm going to be showing you the 12 cranial nerves of the brain, okay? Okay, so let's take this to be the representation of your brain. Okay, this is your brain. Okay, and in the middle of your brain exists the seat, which is the throne of the heavens, which is a representation of your pineal gland. I told you that from the beginning, no, it goes something like this. Your pineal gland comes, and then it begins to produce frequencies, multiplication of itself. Okay, so like this. Okay, so this is 4. This is 4. And when you do it like this, okay, it represents this left part of the brain. Okay, and when you do it like this, it represents the right part of the brain. Okay, which makes you the center of them all, which is a representation of the pineal gland. And from then it begins to vibrate again. That is another 4. Okay, I told you like you were created with 444 when I was talking about density. The 444 here is a representation of your being, the gift that the goddesses used to create you. So when you add another 4 to the equation, then it becomes 8. Okay, from this it becomes 8. And from the 8, it begins to even multiply itself because the 8 is a representation of the plus. Okay, and then the timers, which is 1 and then the same. They are both 1 and then the same. That is why when you look at the time frame clock, this is 12. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, when you are counting it in hours format, then let's add the other ones. Okay, now you count all these. 12. Okay, let me make this thing a little much easier. Okay, this way the understanding will not come as easily as I want it. This thing I don't want to make it in a way that it will be much more complex. Okay, so this is it. Okay, you people know your 12-hour time frame, you know. Okay, I'm trying to draw that, but it seems I can't get the drawing right. Okay, so the 12 time frame is the representation of the 4 plus 4 and then plus 4. Okay, which equals to 12, and 12 is 1 plus 2, which equals to 3. Okay, you are back to the beginning again, which is 1, 2, and then number 3. Okay, so when you rule it from here, you will get it like this, which is a representation of the triangle. This place isn't supposed to be there because it's not locked. Okay, it's not locked. And from that place, you know, then you pull downwards, and then you are connecting to the throat chakra, and then you are connecting to the center of them that started the vibrations in the first place. Okay, so that is what it means. When you look at this, this is the representation of the 3 walls that exist. This is how your eye looks like. Okay, and when you divide it into 2, then you get the what do you people call it? The meridian line, or what do you people call it? The zodiacs. So let's say these are the 12 zodiacs. Okay, and then you bring it like this. Okay, and then you divide this into 2. Okay, then it becomes something like this. Okay, it becomes something like this. From here to that place. Okay, this place will give you 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 6. And one here will give you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 6. Okay, so it's like this. Do you understand? These are the 12. This is like the same symbol, okay, of an S. Okay, an S here is a representation of 2 things. I'm just breaking things down, smaller, 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 smaller. This is how I can handle it. Okay, so like this is it. S is a representation of energy, because I told you in the beginning of how frequency vibrates. Frequency vibrates like this. Okay, so when you take this, this is a representation of the S. It's an S that moves. Okay, and that is also the representation of what a snake moves. Okay, that is why Kundalini energy is always related to snakes. Okay, my people that I've just started teaching the new group, you know. Okay, this is very important. Okay, so like we are just starting to talk about your Kundalini energy. So when you pay heed here, you will get more understanding than the usual. Okay, so this is the beginning. This is the snake. And when you add this line that is separating the heavens from the earth, when you add it to this, then it becomes the Kundalini serpent. Okay, this is a representation of your spinal cord. Okay, just like the way I explained here. And every single one of your spinal cords, you know, is made up of 33 vertebrae. These 33 vertebrae started from the 3 here. Okay, the creation of your 444. Okay, from your neck down. Okay, let me I don't want to go it big, okay, but it is still on the same explanation. Okay, from your neck, okay, let's say this is the representation of your head. Okay, this is the representation of your head. The whole of this is your head. Okay, and from your head sprout came the first nerve. Okay, all these things that you are seeing are nerves. All these things are nerves, and the nerves is what interprets what information. What is the one thing inside of your head that is interpreting the information for you to access? It's your brain. It's the center one. Okay, every other information that is taken from the 12 disciples, okay, from the 12 timetable, from the 12 zodiacs, you know, every single one of them is taking their orders from your pineal gland, which is the center of the seed of Christ. Do you understand? So that is how simple this is. From the creation of the heavens, then you begin to create the earth. The earth is a representation of your neck coming down. From your neck is the throat chakra, which I explained, okay? That this is the middle and this is your throat chakra. So in drawing this in a more simpler format, okay? Okay? I don't know how to draw a head of a human being. Okay, so you guys have to pardon me on that. Okay, so this is how a human being looks like. And the brain, which is the division of the two, is somewhere here. Okay, and from that brain came the throat. The throat is what is here. Okay, so this is the in-between. Your eyes are somewhere here, and your eyes is the one thing that is sucking up energy. Okay, it is sucking the frequency of the sun. Okay, through the peoples of the firmament that I told you about. Okay, like this and then like that. So this is what is pulling in the information, and then from here it will vibrate down, okay, to the pineal gland, which is here, and the pineal gland take this information and then interpret it through the other nerves. Okay, so when they say that everything is reflecting, you are just reflecting the light rays that comes off the sun, is because this pineal gland is what is interpreting for you, and your eyes is not just conditioned to one level of frequency. Let me be clear, okay? Your eye can conceive every other reality that is existing inside of this reality. Okay, your eyes has the ability to tune themselves into interdimensionals, because in this realm your eyes okay, like this, okay, the realities that your eyes can see are endless. Okay, you can't just see one reality. You can tune your eye to see the auras of people. You can tune your eye to actually turn your eyes into night mode. You can tune your eye into various kinds of different kinds of animals that exist in this world. All of their genomes is encoded inside of your eye. Okay, all the existence of all the three worlds, from the underworld to the mid-world and then to the world that you are existing, all realities is perceived by the eye, because the eye from the very beginning, when it sucks in light, okay, when it sucks in light, it begins to decode it down. Okay, from this place the frequency goes down to your pineal gland, which is in the middle. Okay, and this pineal gland begins to reflect this among all the other three worlds that is covering it. Okay, and then it hits it, then it reflects the same thing back out, so that you can make out what reality is. Do you understand? That is just one reality. Depending on the frequency that you are sucking in is the results that you are going to get. So imagine you sun gazing all the time. Okay, and the sun is the one thing that has hydrogen. And hydrogen is the representation of your original vibration, which is 8. Okay, so you vibrating at a 1 and then 8 will give you 9, which is the original frequency. That is why the sun is the one thing that can activate your pineal gland. Okay, because when the sun's resonance, the sun is vibrating at the most highest frequency of all, because it is the frequency of light, which is you. Okay, you are a frequency of light that descended into material form. You came from the light beams, okay, and then you descended all the way down, okay, into water, which is the creation of mass. And then from water, you descended down into being flesh, which is earth. Okay, so from fire, you descended down to water, and then you descended down to earth when you visited the fertile grounds of the divine feminine. That brings me to volume, okay? That brings me to volume. So we are going back to density, okay? That way, I'll be able to explain the divine feminine more deeply, okay? Why you descended from light into matter, so that you get an understanding of it, okay? So let's start from density, okay, which is D. Okay, density equals to mass over density equals to mass over volume. Okay, now density is the letter D. Okay, that is how it is usually represented. So is D bracket open 4 bracket close, which equals to here is trying to tell you that you descended. I told you that there are two forms of energy travel. Okay, this energy, that energy is traveling in a straight line that you are seeing it as a straight line, or it is traveling in a zigzag line when you begin to look at it from a different perspective. Okay, when you are looking at it from a flat line, you can see that it is moving like this, straight line. But when you are looking at it from other perspective, then it begins to move something like this. Okay, that is the spiral of your eye, the way it spirals. Yes, that is the beginning frequency. So when you look at the equals to mass is always represented as an M. M is 4. Okay, and then over volume, because this is now the division of your body. You started from here, which is light. Okay, which is light. And then you descended to density. You started becoming dense, okay, through the ejaculation, and then your testes converting. Okay, when you look at how your testes looks like, it looks exactly like your brain. Okay, your testes looks exactly like your brain because they hold the hormones. Okay, they hold the vibrational frequencies of every one of your 3.7 trillion cells. Okay, they hold the vibrations of each of all your 3.3 trillion cells. And every time that you ejaculate, you are releasing a 3.7 trillion cells, which equals to ones and then zeros. Okay, the ones and zeros is a representation of the divine masculine and then the divine feminine. Okay, we'll come more into that. So when you divide mass over volume, okay, volume, let me just make it short. Volume 2 equals to 4. Okay, so what is density? In the real essence, what is density? Okay, density represents body, which is flesh, the representation of your physical self, is what density is. Okay, and the density is equals to mass. Mass is the same thing as your cells. Okay, the cells of your being represents the mass because cells is made up of what? Water. And within water, we have something called protons. Something called neutrons. And then something called electrons. Okay, these are the three things that make up your cell. Okay, these are the three things that make up your cell, just like the way I was speaking to you from the beginning. Okay, the protons, okay, is a positive charge one. And then the neutrons becomes the neutral form of it, which is a representation of the light from the beginning. Okay, and then the electrons becomes a negative charge. Okay, I don't know if I've interchanged them or not, but they are all representing the same information as the ones and then the zero, the negative and then the positive. That is how it is. Do you understand? So from the beginning of creation, your body was created. The first thing that you started descending yourself into is calcifying or turning light into matter, which is your body, and then the volume is a representation of the space, okay, in which you occupy. All right, so the more mass that you have within your being, the more weight Okay, let me just put it simple like that. Mass is weight. Okay, and the first mass that you put inside of your body is blood. Okay, blood is the first thing that you condense from light to. You condense from light directly into blood. Okay, every single one of your 3.7 trillion cells begin to take their shape from the blood. Okay, that is why they will tell you that inside of the creation of your being, it usually starts from the heart, because it's the heart, that begins to create what you call the oxygenated and then the deoxygenated blood. There's each side of your brain, okay, that I was talking about. You divided your brain into two. Each side deals with the oxygenation and then the deoxygenation blood. Okay, so when you look at how the creation is done, after you have settled, okay, into the fertile grounds of the divine feminine, all right, it looks like this. Okay, I told you about when I draw the star. Okay, when I draw the star and then the moon, and I was using to explain the Islamic religion, this is what it means. The sun from the top and then the moon from the ground is always the divine feminine giving birth to the divine masculine. Okay, this is also the story about Abraham and then Aaron inside the Bible. When Abraham went onto Mountain Sinai to receive the 10 commandments, and then he came back to receive the 10 commandments. Okay, he went there to awaken his cells. Okay, so when he came back and saw Aaron made a golden calf out of the earrings. And I told you from the very beginning about you being in the middle and then vibrating up, vibrating down, and then this way. Okay, these are your eyes and then these are your ears. Okay, your ears has the ability to pick up frequency from every interdimensional reality that exists. All these three realities, okay, your ears has the ability. When you look at this, it's exactly how your ear is designed. Okay, your ear is designed like that. It is designed something like this. Okay, because this has the ability to tune into different levels of frequencies. That is why some of you can hear high-pitched sound inside of your ears, and yet you cannot interpret it, because the crown part of yourself, which is supposed to be the one thing that downloads information into your brain, is blocked. When you were born, it was very active. That is why you look at newborns, the top of their heads, is always breathing, because it is always sending out vibrations. You can actually see the vibrating that is being traveling between the pineal gland and then the crown chakra. Okay, but as you begin to age, as you begin to dwindle down, then all these frequencies, due to the music, the high music note it will play inside of your ear, it is killing the neurons. Okay, these are the neurons, the extensions of everything that is bringing you back the information. You are killing it. Okay, so is any of the lessons, is it making sense? Okay, so let's continue. So from here, okay, this is the womb. This is the womb of the divine feminine. Okay, when you look at how it looks like the divine feminine, the gates of the divine feminine, okay, it looks something like this and that, just like the way I told you about the first vibrations, and then it vibrates down to this place and it goes down. Okay, just like the way I was explaining you descending from up to down, like the way I've said here. Okay, so you begin to do like this, and from this place you dwindle down. Okay, so from here it is separating like this. Okay, this is what is separating you from the womb to the physical plane. Okay, this is the womb. This is the womb of creation. This is where the baby is formed. This is your fallopian tubes. Okay, your fallopian tubes is a representation of the eye. You have one eye here, another eye there. Your fallopian tubes is a representation of the first two vibrational realities that came into being. Okay, so from here you are vibrating an egg inside of here, and from here you are vibrating another egg inside of here, the ones and then the zeros. You are either producing a masculine or you are producing a feminine, and when the two of them is combined, then that is where you get people like the hermaphrodites, which is very, very not common. Okay, so when that happens, the bridge that is separating the spiritual realm from the physical realm is like me drawing you the ankh. Okay, me drawing you the ankh. This is the womb of the divine feminine. Okay, it is not always closed, so that is why you take this off, and this becomes exactly like this. It becomes exactly like the V. You understand? That is why when you look at the reproductive system of the divine feminine, it's always in a V shape. It's always in a V shape with the hairs. Okay, I'll come to the hairs. Okay, with the hairs here, I will come to it. So let's start from here. When you look at this is V, and then when you look at what is separating the heavens of creation from the down below is what the divine boat of Ra represents. Okay, and when you come downwards to this place, then this actually represents the physical plane. When you join all these three things together, you get the anchor of life. The anchor of life, like if I want to go deep in, I've already gone deep into it. Okay, the anchor of life is a representation of every single one of your 33 vertebrae that exists inside of your being, because that is how creation became. Okay, all the other 33, from 3 this side, and then from 3 the other side, and then from 3 from the beginning. So when you add 3 plus 3 plus 3, then you are back to the original 9 frequency, which was created, which is starting from the first vibration. Okay, so the divine womb of the divine goddesses, is like this. Okay, and then you straighten down. Listen to this very carefully. Okay, so you straighten down from here and then to here. Okay, that is the V. This is where the creation of, this is where the waters of creation started from, and then you came into settlement of this place. So when you look at this and you look at this, what does it look like? This is where the baby is formed. Okay, does this thing look anything familiar to you? Okay, this is the symbol of Taurus. The Taurus of the zodiac sign, the earth element, because it's from this. This is the bull. Okay, this is the eyes of the bull. This is the nose, and the hairs that I was talking about is the way to the vagina, and this is it. Okay, that is the mouth of the bull. This is the horns of the bull, and this is the calf. The calf that they told you that Aaron turned their earrings and then their ornaments into making a golden calf for the people to worship. This is the golden calf. It's the bull, okay, carrying the sun. It's the divine feminine carrying the divine masculine. Okay, so every single one of your zodiacs, that exists within your being is exactly the representation of your entire creation. All the zodiacs exist within your being. When you go to Cancer, I don't want to go into the zodiacs right now. Okay, Cancer is the 3-3. Okay, Cancer is the 3-3, the 33 vertebrae of your being. When you divide 33 into 2, okay, what do you get? You get the plane of existence, like from here and then from here, like the way I told you. And when you put 1 in the middle, okay, then you are also getting from here and then from here. You understand? And when you put all these all these together, then what do you get? You cross from here to this place, you cross from there to this place. What do you get? Okay, so it becomes like this. This way, 3, another 3, and then you cross 1 straight to the middle. Okay, which is a representation of your spine, and then you cross 1 to the middle here, which is the representation of your divine beginning. Okay, the left and then the right side of it, which is the representation of your brain. When you rule from here, okay, straight down to this place, then you have crossed another one like this, and then they become the 12th representation of the zodiacs. It's 1 and then the same thing. Okay, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, which is a representation of 8. When you divide 8 plus 8, 4 plus 4, you will get 8. 4 plus 4, volume and then mass, which represents your being. Okay, So for you to be able to return back to light form, okay, you have to shake off. Okay, you have to occupy less space by shaking off the what? The heavy burdens that you have carried, by shaking off the extra things that you have placed on yourself when you begin to manifest into the physical plane of the divine feminine. When you begin to shake your cells off, then your cells will begin to lose weight. The water will be gone, and then the protons and then the neutrons, the protons and then the electrons will begin to vibrate at a higher frequency. And when that happens, then you begin to become very anemic. Okay. You begin to become very anemic. And anemic simply means that you are losing blood, you are losing ions inside of your being. Okay, and that is where the mutation of your genes begins. Okay, when you are someone that is suffering from anemia all the time, for example myself, okay, when you have anemia all the time, your blood is becoming light again. So from here, your blood is converting itself back to its original state. So your entire cells no longer correspond with the blood that is here, because every blood that it comes it mutates the blood into light. Okay? Yes, it mutates the blood into light. So that is what it means. Do you understand? So the Taurus is a representation of the divine feminine, you giving birth from the spiritual realm into this physical realm. So like, is this lesson going normally? Alright, I don't want to push it very far. So let's continue a little bit and then we'll start again, okay? Okay, so we are now going, I've explained what the head actually means, okay? You having the head is a representation of the beginning, okay? So let me try to draw a head here. Okay, so this is a representation, rough sketch of what a head is. Okay, so your head here is a representation of the heavens, and then the creation of the earth started from your throat, which is the beginning of the divine feminine of sound. Okay, from the heavens came the earth, and that is where you begin to develop the other parts of your being, which is the arms. Okay, the two arms. Okay, and from the two arms, then you develop something you call what? The legs. Okay, arms and then legs. So from this place, you begin to create one thing known as the what? The spinal cord. Okay. And this spinal cord is where the division of your soul, the original template of your pineal gland, okay, is divided into pieces, and then with the sound of its vibration, it is passed down to these levels. So the first thing that it is creating will be the duality of what is separating the other three chakras. Okay, your crown chakra, your pineal, or the what people call third eye. Okay, and then your throat chakra. Okay, these are the three of the beginning. Okay, these are the three of the beginning. You have the fire element, the water element, and then the what? The earth element. Okay, which represents sound. Everything inside of this world, you are able to hear sound. So from there, then it comes down to the deposition of the first body chakra, which is the heart. Okay. The duality of both. So from here, the vibration begins to dwindle down. Okay, the vibration from the higher self begins to dwindle down to the lower self, forming the solar plexus. the solar plexus. From the solar plexus, it dwindles down to forming the sacral chakra. And from the sacral chakra, it dwindles down to forming the root chakra. Okay? So this is how the deposition of your chakras within your entire being works. Okay? So from arm here, you will cross over to the leg. Okay? And from another arm here, you cross over to the legs. Okay? And in the middle here represents your heart. Okay? So when they are saying that you are an X is a representation of the Wakandan symbol that they usually cross their hands on. That is what it means. You are created with the duality of the heavens and then the earth. The heavens here is not in addition, because the heavens represents the H part of you, which is the head, which is a representation of the God. So when you look at your what do you call it, your spinal cord, okay, inside of your spinal cord, you can actually see that every single one of the vertebrae that forms, okay, it looks like this. Okay? Every single one of your vertebrae looks exactly like this. Okay? Every single one of your vertebrae looks like it. It looks exactly like the ankh. Okay? It looks exactly like the ankh. Okay? And in the middle of them all, you will see an H. Okay? This H is what represents this. It's what represents the head. The deposition of this one, which is the left side of you, this line, and then the right side of you, this line, and then in the middle came the division of your soul chakras. Okay? Them divided. The division of them. Okay? So they have divided into two. One being the blue gene. Okay? And the other being the red gene. One being the blue gene and one being the red gene, which the blue gene makes up of the 80% of your being. And then the red gene mixing up 20% of your being. The representation of the body and then the soul. Okay? They both all go to the root chakra, and then the gate here is closed. So this gate, okay, is what is separating the underworld from the top world of yourself. Okay, the underworld here is a representation of where your soul is imprisoned. It's a representation of the lowest form of yourself. Like your higher self, you descended from here all the way because of the sperms, you converting light energy, which is fire, into solid, okay? You are now at the earth base level. You are now at the root level, which is where all the true dragons is locked up inside of a what? Inside of a solid prison. That is where the tomb of Christ is. Okay? And it is your duty to break this. Okay? You will break this, release the two, and then the two combine their energy by converting their solid state, okay? Your nose, okay, your nostrils, okay, is what is going to be responsible for converting earth, okay, solid form into gas form again, which is the fire representation. Do you understand? That is why you need sunlight. Sunlight is a combination of the two elements. When you are breathing in, you are not breathing in air, you are breathing in information. So you are taking in sunlight force energy that is going down, okay? When it reaches to your lungs, your lungs is like this and then like that. Okay, so your lungs representation, there's something inside of your lungs known as the alveoli. Okay, there are small tubes within it. These small tubes has the ability to amplify your heart beat, okay, and increase the energy to push it downwards, okay, all the way to your root chakra through the spinal vertebrae of your being, which is a representation of this. Okay, so when air gets into this one, then it begins to pump at a very high frequency, and when that happens, the solid state in which it is here, the gel will begin to break, and then the two of them will melt, okay? It will turn into liquid again, okay? Which is the representation of your pineal gland. And when you keep breathing in the more air, then it turns from that liquid state into fire state, which is a representation of the air, and then the energy begins to travel back again, okay? And when it gets to your this place, you know, I told you there are two serpents, okay? So it's like this. So they will begin to travel in the spiral form, like the way I told you the beginning, the energy is. They will begin to travel like that. So they will be going like this. Okay? So because there are two energies, another one will be going like that. Okay? And what are they forming? They are forming the number 8, which is a representation of the H that is in the middle. Because H is 8, I already told you. When you put like this, H becomes 8, and 8 is a representation of God. God. Okay? G is 7. O happens to be what do you call it? 6, right? 7 plus 6 plus 4 will give you what? 8. Okay, so you are God. When you turn upside down, then it becomes a dog. Okay? I already explained this somewhere, which is also equals to 8. The guardian of Anubis. Anubis is the guardian between the lower realms and then the upper realms of your being. Okay? For when you die, you get buried and Anubis comes for you. Okay? That is how it is. So is this making sense? Your Kundalini energies will rise up again, and when it gets to your heart region, then the energy is multiplied by 1,000. Okay? And this 1,000 is the ones and zeros, because you are now entering the beginning again, which is sound. Ones and zero, you are now going back to the beginning of creation itself, which is a representation of your head. And immediately they cross this. This is the first heavens that they usually talk about. This is where the cherubims, or the angels, the first angels guarding the heavens reside. And this is where the book of life and then the book of death also resides. I will speak more about that. Okay, so the first nerve that you get to is called the vagus nerve. The vagus nerve is what is like, it's a pump, okay? It's like a pump that has condensed in this solid form. When it bursts, the amount of frequency that it sends on is what they usually tell you, that you hear the angels of heaven singing and welcoming Jesus home. The angels are the ones that are here, the cherubims, the first angels of the heavens gate, and the sounds that comes off your ear. Okay, I told you about your ear. Your pineal gland divided itself into 4. These are your ears. Okay, so the frequency begins to dwindle down your ears, and another one. So from the vibration of that one, your pineal gland is awake, and the other 3 will begin to open. Okay? When that happens, the fullest potential of your head, it will feel like you are about to die. Okay? And when that happens, then the gate begins to open. When the gate opens, the first thing you get to is the book of life and then the book of death. Okay? So the book of life and then the book of death. Let me pause it and then clean this very well, then we can continue. Okay? Okay? So after you have crossed the first bridge, which is the divisions of the heavens, okay, from the earth, okay, this is the heavens and then this is the earth, which is a representation of he. This is 8 and this is 5. 5 plus 8 will give you what? I don't want to go there right now, so let's just continue. So this is the earth, okay, the 3, the 33. Okay, the 33. So this is 3 and this is 3, and then the other 3 is on top here, which is the representation of your pineal gland. Okay, so you have an eye to see through this dimension, okay, of every reality that exists. Okay, and you have another eye that is connecting you to your international self, which is a representation of your crown chakra, your pineal gland. Okay, so after the energy has traveled from your root level, okay, from your root level, it travels all the way up again. Okay? And when it gets to the vagus nerve, this is the vagus nerve. And when it reaches the vagus nerve, then it begins to send information. This is the book of life and then the book of death. Okay? there's a book of life and a book of life. Just like the way the first gate is. This is where the angels are. Okay? Guarding the throne of the heavens, which is a representation of your pineal gland. Okay? So when you get to this level, when you are able to bridge the gap between this level, then the book of death, okay, and the book of life, the left and then the right side of you begins to vibrate at the highest frequency possible. Okay, so before you can be able to pass through these gates, then everything about yourself, about your recorded lives of your previous times and times again, is actually going to be revealed to you at this region. And then that is where you cross over and then you reach to the throne of the heavens, which is a representation of God, before you get to the other three. The other three here is the representation of the symbol that they usually show you, the Indian symbol. I said the Indian symbol because that is, most people, that is what is common that they use. It is called the Poseidon trident. Okay, when you want to put it that way, these three things represents the Holy Trinity. Okay, and that is the true divine beings of creation itself. That is the three here. The one here, one here, one here, one here, and then the one in the middle. So it's three, which will bring you back to 9. The original frequency, which is 9. Okay? It just goes like that. Do you understand? This is pretty simple to be explained. So when you are able to bridge all the chakras and then to get to that point, then you are back to your original self. Because the heavens depicts the earth. Your cranial nerves, all the 12 cranial nerves of your being, is what is controlling the body. Okay, every single center of the body. From the head, you come to your arms and then to your legs, okay? You come to your arms and then to your legs. Okay, it is from the information that comes from the above that is able to for you to interpret it through the nerves that grows and then attach itself to your hands, attach itself to your legs. So in a way, it's like them always drawing this picture. Them always drawing you as like this, and then that one, and then this. Okay? It's like them always drawing you like this. Okay? This is your eyes, and then your mouth, and then your legs. Okay? So this is how it is. This is what energy is. It starts from here, and then it dwindles down to the lowest level. For you to get up, you must raise it up from the root level again, which is the representation of what? You see? This way, and then this way, it was also the representation of that one. Okay, so this is what is separating. This is the heart. So I'm just trying to make things very easy. Okay, very easy for you to get an understanding of. And if you look at the depiction of the heart again, then it divides into like this. There are brands that has this 3 symbol on it, the representation of the 3 beginning. It's like this. This one is the same thing. Like everything becomes information. Okay, just like the way they've turned all your what do you call it, the anchor of life, okay? When you look at the anchor, okay, when you look at how the anchor looks like, okay, it is the same representation of the WC that you use inside of your rooms. Okay, the WC is designed just like the way your anchor is. You will go and open the top, and then you squat, then you release it to the downside. Okay, so in a way, you are actually insulting yourself by wearing the crown of the ankh. When every day you go and then you assault it. You understand? Yeah, that is what these people do. So that is just briefly of what I want to talk about today. There's even more deeply knowledge about the book of life and then the book of death, the 33, and then every 3 that exists. Every single part of your being, okay? The reason why all the Muslims, they stand in a single file like this and then to pray, every single thing is vibrational frequency, because from the lowest to the highest of vibrations, you can get it like this or you can get it like that. Okay, this is the slow representation of density and this is the high frequency of it. So everything vibrates at a certain frequency. Okay, so I'm going to leave you with this one today so that you think about it. I don't want to say much that will end up confusing you even more. Okay, so please, this is it. Okay, this is what I have for you today, and please try your best to share the information. Okay, you can do it in a short form, do it in any form that you can, but just make sure that you get the information out there. This is just the beginning. I haven't finished explaining energy yet. Okay, energy is still in motion. We are still going very deeper into emotion. We haven't even started talking about any of your chakras, all the energy that came down, or what they actually represent, the amount of power that is existing in each of your chakras, and how to actually begin to release these energies for you to be able to ascend back to your original self, which is a representation of your head. We haven't even started talking about those ones yet.